All right. What's going on with you? Bro, my back. Okay. All right. I'm like busy getting all this other crap kind of situated. I don't even know what I just said. Situated. That's the word I was trying to use. But yes, hello, you guys. How was your Saturday? I was supposed to do this on Wednesday. Situated. I was distracted. I was supposed to do this on Wednesday. But I totally forgot. I'm not gonna lie to you. Wow, that was like really loud. I can hear myself. Let me stop yelling directly into the microphone. Time traveler. Have you ever had to rely on this annoying box practice exercise in order to achieve a dynamic style? Box practice? You mean like this kind of thing where you're just drawing boxes? Like for like a body? Or do you mean like just boxes in general? Or whatever? Is this how, like, I haven't done this in a really long time. But if I ever had to rely on it, I don't know. I wouldn't really say so. Mostly because I didn't really. I mean, I did it like in my early days, but I didn't really like it because I was really like, I don't want to. I didn't want to learn how to draw boxes. I wanted to learn how to draw like people. So I just started drawing like people without, I guess, that whole box thing that's like very generally recommended. But that's, I don't know if it made it harder or not, or if I'm just like more. Why is this so loud? Because I have my earphones in and I can hear it, and I'm like blasting the microphone. I've been trying to blend perspective and gesture, and it always ends up looking like a mess somehow. Damn. I'm sitting here staring at the wall trying to think of a thing to say to you. Or like trying to remember if I experienced a similar struggle. Actually, I'm not even drawing anything. You guys have been staring at a blank canvas this whole time. Okay. By the way, I'll be on for like an hour or so. Like until probably 7 o'clock. Okay, let's see here. Wait. Oh. By the way, if you guys hear like yelling in the background, there are children in the back. My neighbor children. Wait, that sounds weird. I don't have children. I have neighbors who are children. Is what I meant. Pause, exactly. I've been trying to learn how to, or I guess not learn, but trying to get more comfortable drawing figures that are like interacting with each other. Instead of just like a singular floating person doing an action pose. And it's really hard. I think I underestimated how much harder drawing interaction is than just one person. Oh, by the way, do you know how to simplify hands a little more? You mean like more than my video? Because I have a video on drawing hands, but do you mean like more more than that? Okay, this arm is it's really small. Dang, bro, I really need to stop zooming in so much. like in little shapes because your video was a little too complicated. Oh, really? I mean, I can tell you what I do real quick. For like, I don't listen. I don't really remember. I mean, I do remember like the tips that I shared in that video, but I don't remember like what kind of shapes I drew exactly. But this is kind of the general shape that I use for the palm. Alright, palm. Oh, that doesn't look like the word at all. Palm. And then I kind of just separate it. Kind of like this. I think this, wait, hold up. This wasn't my video. Okay, yeah, I'm forgetting. But yeah, this is kind of, it's like a, what is it, a pentagon? Like if you were to, it looks like a house for the palm. Except the bottom, I put in a W. And the way this works is, if I was like slanting it, you know, this would be like a hand. It's kind of pushed forward a little bit, right? And if I slant it even more, well, actually, at that point, it wouldn't be. You wouldn't really get to see that pentagon shape or whatever. But that's like generally the shape language that I use. I just kind of draw that pentagon. Even if I was like drawing a fist. It you know, still kind of retains that same like sort of house look, except this thumb is kind of crazy. I can do another like hand video, I feel like, at some point. Oh, wow, there are a lot of messages. It feels good to see you draw in normal speed. I've been watching a lot of speed paint recently, and those make me awfully insecure about my drawing speed. I'm trying to think if I like, because I always say that I draw slowly, but I feel like perhaps the speed is maybe not what is slow, but like my process is slow. If that makes any sense. Like putting the marks down, I guess, isn't what I'm slow at. Like I'm not kind of like trying to figure it out. It's more like finding the pose is what takes me a long time. And if it's any consolation either, even when I post like those time lapses, I do cut out like a lot of the undos that I make. So some of, or I guess most of those time lapses that I share personally, speaking for myself, aren't like representative of the actual process. Okay, what am I doing here? Hold up. Oh, I think it's a lot of messages. Wait, hold on. I want to read these. What's up? Just wanted to drop in and say your book has improved my art tenfold. Can't wait for volume 2. Wow. That's freaking sick. Seriously, reading that is like, reading messages like those for me is like, oh, look at that, I made it. Because that's like the whole purpose, you know. That's awesome, dude. First of all, thanks for supporting me. And then I just lost my train of thought. It's crazy. I just switched from drawing on paper to iPad. Does it get easier to keep going? I feel like it's a little hard to grasp. How long have you been drawing on the iPad? Okay, let me like put a pause on this figure because I want to draw him like punching somebody. Also, this eye has been bothering me ever since I started. I love how confident your lines are. Oh, thanks. I like to think they're confident. Something I noticed though that I do a lot, which I don't know if it's like. Well, the thing that I do is like I'll draw. I'll have a tendency to draw over my lines like a lot, and it's like it's a habit that I've been trying to get rid of, and it comes from drawing traditionally with pencil, because it's just me trying to make like a darker line on the paper, and it's like carrying over to digital, but of course it's not really necessary on digital, and it's actually the reason why I'm using this brush, because it's like, you know, such a solid mark. I don't really need to make it darker. Okay, what was I doing? Oh yes, the person on the receiving end of a punch. I just did it again. Whatever, I'm just gonna keep doing it. Is that right? No, I don't think so. In fact, here's what I'm gonna do here. I'm just gonna kind of pick a sketchier brush and gonna do this quickly. I mean, well, not quickly, but more forgiving to myself. Because like I said, drawing interaction is so much harder. So I find that I need to, this is like where I actually need to do like a rough pass. I'm kind of just like redrawing what I already had. Hold on. It's kind of different. How long have you been drawing? Like actually knowing how to draw, not just on the stream. Oh. Since the 10th grade, which was in, that was like 13 years ago, I think. Was it 20? I graduated in 2015. Yeah, 20. It's been more than, well, 12 years. That's how long I've been drawing. Blizzard Wizard. It's an awesome name. I'm trying to figure out. I don't know why this fist is kind of. I think I need to draw it more. Like, not in the way. Or even smaller. Whatever, we're gonna leave it that way for now. Ooh. Alright, now the other guy. This dude is so distracting. Okay, wait, hold up. Hold up. That's not exactly the silhouette I had in mind. It's kind of overwhelming. Everyone says something different. One says learn anatomy, another says draw boxes. It's funny though. The most unfortunate thing about that is that both of those things are almost equally as rewarding to practice in their own way. Because, you know, those things are both fundamentals. Or at least both of them teach fundamental boxes specifically. It's like perspective, of course. Well, anatomy is just anatomy. Create now, soup layer. Oh, what's up, dude? What's going on? I hope you've been doing well. Hey, Amelia, do you have any advice on knowing when to apply soft shading versus hard shading? Have a good fucking day. Yeah, actually, I do have a tip for that. We interrupt this program to bring you a shading tip. How could I wait? Hold up. How could I explain this? Hard shading and soft shading. Okay, so if you're drawing like a portrait, let me just draw a face. This isn't supposed to be a good face, mind you. Alright, so, you know, don't come for me. Whatever, put that there. Freaking nose. Mouth. Alright. We have a face, right? Okay, but seriously? Let's freaking, let's put a... No, that's dumb. Whatever. Alright, and then I'm gonna cover this in gray. I'm not really gonna... Oh! I'm not gonna try and put it like in between the lines. Okay. Hard shading, Jill, means what someone is trying to say when they're saying hard shading. It means, where's my pen? Here we go. one thing that really helps me when differentiating between hard shadow is hard shadow, at least, to me, is, or another way to think of it is a cast shadow. And this is helpful in painting portraits, especially. Well, I guess in painting anything. And actually, first I should say that hard shadow, of course, is a shadow in which the shadow is hard. That's the most ridiculous thing you ever heard. I said, "Oh, hard shadow is hard." Don't you understand? No, what I mean what I mean is that the edges are sharp like this, right? Of course, if this was a soft shadow, the edges would be soft like this. You can't really tell where the shadow ends and where it begins. That was funny as hell that I just said that. Whereas a hard shadow, of course, is like cell shading like this. You can tell exactly where the shadow ends because it's sharp. And a hard shadow generally is used when you're drawing a cast shadow, which means that if there is an object, like say a cube, let's draw a really bad cube, and the light was coming like this way, right? There's a light shining in this direction. Then the shadow that comes from it, of course, would be a cast shadow, right? Because the object is casting this shadow. And the way that is used in a portrait is that if there is a light, for example, coming down from this direction, right, the sun or whatever, then you have to think about what objects on the face would cast a shadow depending on the direction of the light. So the most common thing, of course, is the nose. So like right here, the nose will be casting a shadow. It's sort of down like this. And then there would be a shadow cast from the, what is that, the ridge of the eyebrow? Is that what it's called? The eyebrow ridge? And then there'd be a shadow cast from like the bottom lip. So it would be like this sort of thing going on. This shadow here is like a cast shadow from the form of the lip itself. But anyway, what I've been trying to get to is that when you're drawing cast shadows are hard. That is when you draw them with sharp edges. And whenever you're drawing, or whenever you're painting a soft shadow, which again is when you're like, it was when the shadow is sort of like airbrushed on, whatever, like this. That's when you do that, you're drawing a form shadow. So there's cast shadow and then a form shadow. And a form shadow is most commonly demonstrated when you have like a sphere. Ooh. Alright, I'm pretty sure you already know exactly what I'm about to do here. But this is the most common way to demonstrate this. Alright, this is a form shadow. And what we mean when we say form shadow and not a cast shadow is the shadow is just describing, or the shadow is not being cast by anything. Alright, if there's a light sort of, oh, I'm not even on here. If there's like a light shining in this direction, there's no object in front of the light that is like obstructing it to cast a shadow onto the sphere. The light is just falling onto it naturally. And so when that happens, the shadow will be soft. It'll become soft like this. So often when you're drawing a portrait, so if this shadow here is a cast shadow, the chin here, nothing, this shadow from the chin is not being cast by anything. It's just falling onto the chin. So this will be a soft shadow. If I sort of put another shadow like here on the chin, this is one shadow that is probably going to be soft because it's just falling on, the light is just falling onto the face naturally. So where it's most roundest would be like here in this corner. So this is probably going to be softer than the rest of it. But it's still going to be soft generally. And then here also, this is so weird to explain in a live stream. I'd have to like do a whole video because I'm like, there's so many things that it's like erasing through my mind to explain. But like this would also be a soft shadow because this shadow's not caused by like an object casting onto it. The light is just falling onto the nose. This part of the nose at least. This is going to remain sharp and a hard shadow because this sort of line is caused by the nose, which is casting that shadow. So like again, this is the lip and this shadow is being cast by the lip. Since the light is just shining, or yeah, just falling onto the chin, it's going to be a soft shadow. And it's like sort of like a pattern. I probably lost a ton of you like 15 minutes ago. But I promise you, there's something to be extrapolated by the nonsense that I'm trying to explain for the last 20 minutes. Oh, wait. You should start with know what you enjoy drawing and learn the fundamentals surrounding that. It's iffy to learn things above your skill, but you'll never be skilled enough to not do the basics. I agree. A4 before. I agree. Anyway, Jill, listen. I don't know if you picked up on any of that, but I actually have a video. Well, not me. I didn't make the video, but I know of a video that explains this like topic very well. I'm trying to find it. Oh crap, I can't. Dang, I forgot where I saved that. Okay, no, I can't. I really can't find it. That's unfortunate. But yeah, this if you go on YouTube and sort of look up form shadow versus cast shadow, I'm sure you will like find a lot of useful information, because believe it or not, I am not a proficient in painting. That's not like my strong suit, but I have been practicing it. Oh, wait, how'd you get your brush to have a barrel roll? I've got an Apple Pencil that supports it, but I haven't found any brushes that actually use it. Barrel roll, oh, like this. Like what it's doing right here. What pencil do you have? This that I'm using is Pencil Pro. And I believe it's a setting. Is it? Yeah, right here. When you go to... Well, yeah, when you open up this thing and you go to shape, there'll be an option right here that says touch only. I guess azimuth and barrel roll. So touch only, if you did that, I'm like spinning the pencil right now and it's not changing the shape. Alright, now, so it'll stay like in a fixed position. But if you come over to azimuth and barrel roll, now it will shift the position of the brush. And I think this is for literally any brush that has this option, even for like this HB pencil. If I selected that, it'll roll the brush cursor thing shape. I forgot what I was even doing here. Oh, I was drawing the dude getting punched. Okay, yes, I remember. What? Oh. Wait, what time is it? 6:52. Oh, damn. Okay. I feel like I've drawn a similar like punching pose here. This actually wouldn't even make sense. Right? Wouldn't he have to be like this way? Okay, hold up. So he'd be like right here. And this guy would be like this. Wait, what am I? Here we go. I feel like I need more space for this character. How do you build your visual library for interacting pose? Honestly, it's just a drawing from reference for me. What that's like the thing that I do generally when trying to like figure out, or rather when you're trying to build a visual library for anything, really, it's just drawing from reference. because I think, a visual library is just like another way to say, it's like your memory, essentially. I think I have a video on that on YouTube, like about drawing from the imagination or something like that. But the idea is just, if you draw the same pose enough times, or like the same reference enough times, that eventually you won't need the reference anymore to draw it. So it'll be added into your visual library. And you do that for like another pose and another pose. And eventually you do it for enough poses that you'll get to a point where like you don't need you can just build like a pose from memory. But admittedly that takes a while, unless you're just like, super proficient in remembering things. Because for me, this takes at least for me, it takes a while to like burn it into my brain. Okay. I just remember this is like supposed to be the rough of it. And I'm like, and I forgot that, and I was like treating it as though this was the final image. Dang. This arm here, this further one is kind of. I just feel like I need to redo that one. What time is it now? 7:04. Damn. Okay. Okay, y'all. Actually, that I think I'm going to call it here. Okay. Oh. How'd you end up choosing which poses to add in your book? 333 cubed. I don't know actually. It was a very random selection. It wasn't like I was sort of deliberately like, okay, I'm gonna get like a jumping one here, and then I'm gonna get a standing one here. Well, I mean, I guess there was a little bit of that, but it was kind of just like most of it was just picking drawings that were like most recent, because I have like a whole lot more that are like older, but I didn't want to put like older work in the book. So I guess to answer the question, it was a very random selection. Kai man, hello. Hope you've been doing all right. You're actually jumping in at the very end of the stream here. Okay, sorry, I'm just checking things. Okay, but yeah, so I'm gonna put the pencil down. Oh, a lot of super dynamic stuff in there. Thanks for the stream. Well, yeah, dude. Oh, that's one thing I can say when I'll stream again. So the 17th. I can do it again literally on the last day of May. 31st, Saturday the 31st, May 31st. Is when I'll stream again on YouTube. But other than that, thanks everyone for stopping by. I would have an update for you guys for like a YouTube video, but I don't have anything. 'Cause I'm gonna be honest, like lately I've had like, not to get too into detail, but I've kind of had like sort of general health issues, and whenever I have those, it really like stresses me out. and it ruins my drive to do anything at all. So I mean, I still draw, of course. I still like study, but as far as like any recorded footage, I don't have any to edit. But I do have like a physical though, like a doctor's physical next week. So hopefully I can maybe, bring it up to the doctor or whatever, and we'll figure it out then. But anyway, again, thanks for stopping by, you guys. I'll see you again on May 31st, and I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday, if it's still Saturday for you where you are. If not, have a swell Sunday. Okay. Okay, bet. Bye, you guys.